So I work with, I'm working between two units this year. I'm working with the Interstitial lung disease unit and the Pulmonary Hypertension unit, both across the street. Yeah, so I started here, I came over to the UK in April this year, so April 2024, so it's been almost 3 months now actually. So I'm from Australia. I was born and bred there. My parents are from Malaysia, but I'm a first generation immigrant there. So I grew up there, went to school there, did all my uni and training up until now. So I finished my respiratory and sleep training in Australia, and I've come here to the UK to learn from the best in both interstitial lung disease and pulmonary hypertension. I wanted an opportunity before I guess became too bedded down somewhere to actually travel and learn and see different parts of the world. I've been to the UK a decade ago and I really enjoyed it, and I think in terms of being at the center of things, particularly Europe, the UK is still very much unrivaled. I think one of the most rewarding things that I've had working here has been the opportunity to work with sort of a really special patient group, both in interstitial lung disease and PHA and pulmonary hypertension, hopefully to come. So for a number of years now, I think my clinical interests have really moved towards patients with some of the most severe and, I guess, incurable chronic diseases. So last year in Melbourne, I did a sleep and ventilation fellowship, working with patients with chronic respiratory failure, which includes, for instance, motor neuron disease. I think the things that really inspire me about this patient group are that it shows you really the depths of human resilience and spirit. So, I think the big difference between Australia and the UK is that we're much smaller as a country in terms of population, and in some ways we're much more spread out. So, one of the things that still boggles me is that you can catch a train from London to Paris in about 2 hours, which is unimaginable to me. So, I guess I've worked in hospitals before that have had PH services, but just because of distances and much lower patient numbers, it's very, very hard to have dedicated large pulmonary hypertension services. So working in the UK will give me an opportunity to hopefully to see what a large, well-functioning pulmonary hypertension service is like, and to get that depth and concentration of expertise you need to manage those conditions effectively. I've only been here for a few months, so I'm still very much getting to know London, the Brompton, the UK and the NHS. So there's a lot more to learn. I've still got 9 months left, and so I'm really looking forward to learning more about the PH service in the Brompton specifically, but also the NHS and the care of pulmonary hypertension as a whole there, and hopefully be able to take some lessons back to Australia.